Welcome to Inside Games, the only channel brave enough to get mad at a corporation for making money. How dare them?
Yeah, Bobby Kotick needs a few more diamonds on his hubcaps, so we all get to pay $10 more for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Hey, come on, do you think Kotick's imported pet swans groom themselves? You gotta hire a guy to do that, and it costs money. Swan guys don't come cheap.
Guys, won't somebody think of the billionaires here? Come on. Activision Blizzard actually really is. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the cheapest edition, will cost $70, even on PC, on Steam, which historically has lagged behind a bit. When the game prices increase, they roll through, but Steam has stayed at 60, but we're going to 70.
Yeah, we got a few years last time, but not this time. It's technically not the first $70 game on PC, though. I thought it was. You know, that doo-doo trophy goes to Square, who actually launched Final Fantasy VII Remake at $70 on the Epic Game Store. Instead, Modern Warfare 2 has the mixed accomplishment of bringing the $70 price tag to Steam. This ends a 5-year gap where Call of Duty wasn't on Steam at all. It was actually on Battle.net, Blizzard's platform. So it's back on Steam! Yeah, it's more expensive. Oh.
Ironically, the last time this happened was back in 2009 when the original Modern Warfare 2 launched for $59.99 instead of the more common $50 price on the PC at the time. Meanwhile, console games adjusted up to $60 on the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, which launched in 2005 and 6 respectively.
As you'd expect, nobody's happy about paying more money, especially for a game that also carries microtransactions, duh.
Woo!
Why is she cheering for microtransactions? That said, a shocking amount of people also acknowledge the game prices haven't really changed in the last 17 years or so, and they're okay with paying $70 for Call of Duty. It's so weird.
I think mostly a lot of people just saw it coming and are sort of resigned to it. These companies, while they haven't changed prices, they're also making more money than they ever have, so it's not like they're squeezed. Activision Blizzard, on the other hand, may actually be a little bit. Wouldn't you know it? Activision Blizzard just so happened to report a nosedive of revenue back in April. They kind of put that all in Vanguard, how that wasn't as popular. Warzone numbers are down, and money's down along with it. So I'm sure they're excited to feast on an extra 16% revenue on the base. And despite a 36% drop in profits, they still managed to pull in $395 million in profits. So that's just extra money on top of everything. So it makes you wonder just how many, ramen nights and Pop-Tart mornings Activision Blizzard executives are living through.
It is a shame that they couldn't carve off any of that money to figure out a way for Warzone purchases to carry over to Warzone 2.0. That's another bit of bad news revealed by a blog post on the Call of Duty website.
A likely explanation is that Warzone 2.0 will be running on a different engine, implying difficulty and development resources to port all those assets over from Sure, it's really hard, guys. Dev's really hard.
If only we had some sort of enormous video game company who could maybe dedicate people to figuring that out.
Wait a minute. They have that.
Yeah, this is another situation where, on the surface it seems a little silly, but people actually aren't as mad about it as you'd think. Some people aren't happy about the implication that Warzone will just sell you the same skins over again, saying that, oh, we couldn't get it into the game, now you gotta buy it. While others are kind of excited to wipe the slate clean of all the skins, items, bloat that kind of fell into Warzone 1.0.
In other mixed news, Warzone 2.0 will also support last gen, which is good news for everyone that still can't buy a PlayStation 5, but bad news for people that feel last gen support holds the game back. Unfortunately, supporting last gen for a free-to-play game is kind of a no-brainer, so that's not particularly surprising.
There's still no release date on Warzone 2.0. The blog post merely says that Warzone 2.0 will launch soon after the release of Modern Warfare 2, which comes out October, I think it's 28th. So, Warzone 2.0, I don't know. I'll be really surprised if Warzone 2.0 comes out in 2022. I probably 2023, maybe early 2023. I don't know, maybe I could be wrong.
I hope so. All this soon after stuff, I feel like they really want to get it out by this holiday. But it is weird they're not even really obligating to a time window. No month, no quarter, no nothing. Just, you won't be waiting long is kind of the repeated message.
We're in, I don't know, free to play. It's just all new rules.
In other news, Modern Warfare 2 got an extended gameplay reveal, the Dark Water level, on the Summer Games Fest, actually, where we got to hear about all the water tech. This is my favorite. We're at the point in a Call of Duty marketing cycle where they have to invent dumb buzzwords for the most mundane things. We had our fish AI, We had our impressive doggo animations with a little jaw going up and down. Now we have water tech.
And of course, our new water tech.
The boxes move around, man. I'm excited for it. It's a cool set piece. Oh, the cover moves like it's Call of Duty first, but still, he called it water tech.
You know what though? There's a lot of people that are thankless developers right now. They're not getting thanked at all by anybody. They're working on that water tech for you, for me, for Charlotte, for all of us. All right?
I didn't ask for water tech.
All right, well, me and Lawrence then.
I want it to look bad. I want to go back to when any character that jumped in any body of water died.
I thought it was weird because the level opens with kind of a beat for beat replay of that level from Modern Warfare 2, the other Modern Warfare 2. So I thought it was pretty, like, it's kind of cool that they have these nostalgic sections in the levels, but also a little bit weird because for a second I thought I had a good handle on what this game was, which is a sequel to 2019's Modern Warfare. But when it started being just that level again, I was like, am I going crazy? I thought they were announcing that they were putting another remake of Modern Warfare 2 in Modern Warfare 2. But no, I guess the levels just have like kind of throwback sections, which is a little weird. I don't know. How do you guys feel about that? I thought it was weird I thought that they might confuse people because even I was just like, wait, what? Where am I?
I don't know. Look, whatever. I'm confused. Regardless, Modern Warfare 2, I also think is a sequel to Call of Duty 2019 Modern Warfare.
It is. It absolutely. I think it's verified. 100%. Yeah. It's just like the events are kind of different. Some of the characters are different.
It's like a paradox. They're new and old at the same time. You don't actually know which one it is.
How is Activision Blizzard remaking most of their franchises? Is this just the cycle now? It's just you iterate. It's like natural selection for video games. You just keep remaking the same thing over and over and over again with purchasing intent determining what survives and what doesn't. A lot of early metrics show that this is going to be a good one, though. You know, it's #1 on trending, the gameplay reveal was. Whereas Vanguard didn't really hit those kind of viewership metrics. It's scary how early you can tell, because we ran a story a long time ago predicting that Vanguard wouldn't do well based purely on the Twitch visibility or the Twitch viewership of their Warzone event. That was it. And it worked. Like, it actually was accurate. So, unfortunately, well, in this case, fortunately, for Activision Blizzard's revenues, you can usually associate these things pretty closely, and there's a lot of like really positive heat behind this. Everyone seems to want it to succeed, which is weird, but that's the energy out there. So I think it's going to be a big one. These things are kind of self-fulfilling prophecies, and I can't wait to just get that water tech splashed up in my face.
Do you think that the price hike on PC, like there will be any like, oh, everything's expensive now, or do you think that like that's some of the reason there's not as much like outrage, like with like the way inflation is now and gas prices and everything? Like people are just used to things being expensive, so maybe they took advantage of that. I mean, they were probably going to do it anyway. I'm just speculating. No,
yeah, Lawrence and I were talking about this before. He was writing the episode, and I was blown away that nobody was upset that the game was $70. Like, Lawrence was like, I'm checking, and everybody's fine with it.
Now, I did see more complaints from people in specific territories that this price increase was bigger in their region, or at least that's what they implied. I don't know, they'd throw out a number, then somebody else would talk about exchange rates, and then they would throw out different like numbers of prices of games, and it got weirdly confusing. But people in Brazil and Australia both seem to be like starting to say that like this price increase is a little out of the ordinary and compared to what other prices are and what's going on in our economy, this is getting a little ridiculous. So, gosh, feel your pain out there. That really sucks.
Maybe we've just adjusted our expectations for what things cost, I guess.
Charlotte, it is absolutely going to preclude a bunch of other games being $70 on Steam now, because right now there aren't many, and they're all going up. I promise you, after this, they're all going up. Also, I think maybe more accurately, people who play Call of Duty, the ones who are going to buy it, are fine with it. They're kind of like, whatever, I was going to buy it anyways, so what's another $10? Which is pretty awesome to have a fan base like that that's willing to be like, oh yeah, I'll just pay extra, no big deal.
Maybe this is just the resignation of age setting in. It's it's 10 plus years on. Maybe it's one generation of people that already went through a price increase, so they're like, yeah, that makes sense. Most people just throw their hands in the air and they're like, you know what? It was 17 years ago that games actually increased in price as a minimum. So most people just seem to like shrug and think that it's okay, which shockingly chill. Everything about this reveal has been shockingly chill. I don't know what it is. Modern Warfare 2 has people in good moods, I guess.
It is really nice, actually. It's kind of nice to report on something like that where everyone's happy. Hey, you know what? Here's some patrons that gave that $10 to us instead of Activision. Evan S. Compton, Cody Jost, Ryan Dareberry, and Dreskel.
And I have a few more legendary members of Task Force 141. I know you were asking about this, Bruce. Remember James Bowser, Tony Varela? Did the coolest slow-mo breach and clear. Kyle Heaton and the Creatures with Nerds Brews Gaming. Those guys are hard. They put on their gear, they're skulking around, execute, pew, pew. Body's hitting the floor. Cool shit.